Yes, you can relax. Believe me, Master is extremely knowledgeable. If he says that he's going to be alright, then there's absolutely nothing to worry about. Oh, are you awake now? Oh, thank goodness! Traveler, you're finally awake! Well, we're at... This is Gandharvaville. It was originally built by scholars from Sumeru as a place to rest in the... My name is Kale. I'm a trainee forest ranger. My master and I found you passed out during our patrol, so we brought... Oh, no things are necessary. I didn't do anything, really. By the way, how are you feeling now? Oh, that's Master's herbal medicine you're tasting. Before I forget, Master mentioned you should take more medicine once you wake up. Whoops!
Kale, what's the matter? Were you trying to retrieve the medicine? As I've already told you, you must be careful with these. All right, I'll get...
Sorry.
Now, the guide to Avidya Forest's edible fungi is clearly posted on our bulletin board. But if Farbode forgets which mushrooms to avoid one more time, I'll have no choice but to leave...
Right? This is the second time he's come down with food poisoning this month.
Yes, please do. If, on the off chance, Farbode simply enjoys having little imaginary fairies dance before his eyes, then we'll just let him be. But the next time he requires any of our medicine, be sure to... So, how are you doing? Feeling better?
Oh, this is my master, Forest Watcher Tainari. He is chief officer over...
I already informed Paimon about the reason you fell unconscious earlier. But now that you're awake, let me explain it for you as well. It is common practice for Sumeru scholars of certain darshans to dedicate themselves to training and meditation in isolated areas, particularly the nearby forests. While meditating, they use a certain incense known as spirit borneol to help calm their minds as they enter a state of deep rumination. In hopes of asking directions, you two followed a scholar named Hypatia into her cave. The incense you smelled inside was the spirit borneol I just mentioned. That incense typically has no effect on most people, but for a very select few, it can have profound effects on one's cognition, as you experienced firsthand. Very good. Now, answer me this. Did you feel anything after passing out? Say, any out-of-body experiences? Or did you see anything while unconscious? Kale, let the others know to stop bringing their patrol logs here for now.
Huh? Why?
Because these two will be staying here for the next few days. They can have my room and I'll bunk with Amir. Now get a move on and be sure to do as I've said.
Yes, Master Tainari. Wait, hold on a second. Can you tell us what's going on?
Sure, let me fill you in. I originally planned to send you on your way once you finished your medicine. However, it appears now that you should stay a while longer in Gandharvaville for further observation while you recuperate.
Further observation?
No need to be hasty. As long as you have the capacity to judge between right and wrong, based on what you saw after smelling the incense and losing consciousness, we can conclude that you experienced a powerful hallucination, which suggests your mental state is not in the best of shape. If you're skeptical, have a whiff of this.
Oh, are you okay?
You're experiencing a similar sensation as when you passed out, aren't you? So even though your condition is stable as of now, if I were to haphazardly let you leave, it's highly likely that you'd suddenly The rainforest is home to many fierce animals and hazardous areas. If something were to happen to you again, for now, I suggest you continue taking your medicine each day and avoid good. Now continue resting while I fire up another bowl of medicine for you.
Seriously? We just arrived in Sumeru and we're already having problems left and right! Paimon knows we're set on meeting Lesser Lord Kusanali as soon as possible. Hey! Are you even listening to Paimon? Paimon's over here worried. What's weird? You mean how you're feeling now? You mean the vision of tree roots and red skies you saw? But if those weren't hallucinations, what could they be? Well, considering how unique you are, Paimon trusts your judgment here. But if he misjudged your condition, then there's a chance you could get worse, right? Huh? You mean that Tainari already knows that what you saw weren't hallucinations? Oh, Paimon gets it now. That explains why you were so quiet earlier. Well, that settles it then. We'll stay here to rest up and figure out what's going on with your hallucinations. But it seems like asking Tainari might not be an option anymore. What do you think we should do? Good idea. Kale's pretty friendly. We can ask her tomorrow about what she knows regarding the Dendro Archon and customs in Sumeru. Rise and shine! Come on, it's time to go find Kale!
All right, next let's see your right hand. Yes. But please remember that you...
Yes, I will. By the way, Master, I still haven't received the patrol route for today.
Look, Kale, today's patrol will be a long one, so you won't be coming along this time. Besides, there's a chance we may encounter... well, you understand.
But I have a a vision too! Am I useless to everyone now?
Don't talk like that, Kale. This is not something you need to be worrying about right now. Ah, there you are. Feeling any better?
Yeah, since we'll be staying here for now, we thought we might as well try lending a hand around here.
Seems you're not the type to sit back and take it easy for a while, huh? In that case, perhaps Kale could take you two for a patrol south of Gandharvaville for the day. And if you're feeling up to it, you can be responsible for cleaning the Statue of the Seven.
Tighnari, we're ready to head out.
Roger, I'll be right there. All right, we'll be heading into the forest now.
Yes, you can count on me. So, Kale, what exactly are we going to be doing today? Tighnari mentioned cleaning the statue just... Well, a forest ranger's responsibility. We handle a variety of tasks, like checking the condition of outline. As for Master, today we can perform Paimon, Traveler, this way! You can leave the task of checking the lamps to me. In the meantime, you two can keep an eye out for anything unusual. Nothing wrong with these two lamps. Let's move to the next ones. The Statue of the Seven is up on top of that large rock formation. It's pretty high up there, isn't it? Don't worry. If you're afraid you can't make it up there, I'm sure Master would... Oh? I guess I'll leave it up to... Paimon will fly up with you and help you with those hard... by the way, Kale, do you know anything about the Dendro? That depends. Are you referring to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord... Huh? Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? Oh, is that the name of the former Dendro? Uh-huh. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was Sumeru's first Dendro Archon. She created the rainforest as well as the wall of Samiel around the desert. Her work to the people of Sumeru, she's not only a symbol of wisdom, but also of power and kindness. According to what Master has told me, the sages later found the to celebrate the rain... Uh-huh. Then what? Well, and then... Huh? You're not too sure? But... Yeah, I'm from Sumeru. Maybe it's difficult to discuss this topic with strangers. If that's the case, then don't worry, we understand. No, it's not that. I'm not trying to hide something from you. Besides, I don't consider you two strangers. Anyway, you two know Amber, right? Wait, Amber? You mean... Yes, that's her. I once lived in Mondstadt for a while, and she helped me a lot during that time. You could even say that she helped me become... There's no one like Amber. She lives life to the fullest while always adhering to her strong sense of justice. She's ready to answer the call for action at any moment. But if you ask me, she's a prime example of a true outrider. She's the first person anyone coming to Mondstadt will meet. You can't help but be enthralled by her charm and enthusiasm. Sorry. Paimon thought the work of Outriders was a little different from what you just described, but... Sorry. I was rambling on just now. It must have sounded kind of weird. It's alright, Kale. Knowing that you're a friend of Amber somehow makes Paimon suddenly feel a lot closer to you. So, how do you know that we've met Amber? Well, after I returned to Sumeru, Amber and I have stayed in touch by writing each other. In one letter, she mentioned that Mondstadt was attacked by a fearsome dragon, but the city was saved by a mysterious blonde traveler and their floating companion. I knew you two were the ones she mentioned in the letter the moment I saw you. But, considering everything... so that... Yep. So please know that you two have my complete trust. I wish I could tell you more about the Dendro Archon, but I have been away from Sumeru for some time. And I have... That's all right. You've already helped us a lot. We had never even heard of Greater Lord Rukadevata or the Sanctuary of Surasthana until you mentioned... Oh, I'm happy that was helpful. There is one thing I want to ask, though. Why do you two want to know about the Danger Archon? So that's why you're here. Thank you for telling me your story. Don't mention it. We are friends after all, right? All right, we have a statue to... You both have my thing. I'll go check the facility. At it, the deity that's carved on the statue is kinda small. Do you think she's supposed to be Greater Lord Rukadevata or Lesser Lord Kusan? The name does seem to fit the statue somehow. Well, anyway, we'll have to figure that out later. Let's get started on cleaning the statue. Nice work! That's one clean statue! Let's head down and meet up with Kale. Kale, we're back! Welcome back! You must be tired after all that climbing. Let's take a little break. I brought some fruit and water for us. Yay! Food! What kind of goodies did you bring? Hey, don't be a party pooper. It's not like Kale is a stranger or anything. Besides, the best way to compliment a chef is to show passion. I prepared a nice portable dish that forest rangers like to eat called pita pockets. I hope you'll like them. Whoops! No! You dropped it on the ground! Not to worry. I wrapped a few layers of oiled paper around each pita. They should be fine. Oh, whew. Paimon nearly had a heart attack there. Those pitas are amazing! You're quite the cook, Kale. Thank goodness you wrapped them in paper. Paimon wouldn't have been able to sleep at night knowing something so tasty had been wasted. Since you liked it so much, I'll be sure to give you a copy of the recipe sometime. I'll even include all my personal cooking pointers, so you'll be making your own pita pockets in no time. Yay! Thanks, Kale! It's hard to believe someone as diligent as you could have clumsy moments too. Oh, I guess it happens from time to time. So, Kale, don't you think that Tighnari's a little too strict with you? He won't let you... Paimon knocks stuff over all the time flying around the Traveler, but he's never said anything. Everyone has their clumsy moments. No, you've got the wrong idea about Master. Sure, he may seem a bit harsh at first, but with some time, you'll see that he's actually very kind-hearted. I've heard the veteran rangers say that Master is from some ancient and mysterious race that is known for their cunning wit and reclusive nature. But Master is actually very kind at heart. Oh, by the way, you've heard of the Academia, right? Well, there's a group called... something? Well, anyway, because Master does a lot of research on plants, sages from the Academia have written him many times, inviting him to take up an official position there. But Master declines their offers every time, saying, Sumeru City is too noisy. It seems you already know him well. Anyway, I'm sure Master could obviously have a bright future in the Academia, but but he insists on sticking to the path of a forest watcher. In fact, Master's the one who taught me how—
Really? Paimon would have never guessed that. Oh, speaking of Tainari, he was the one who took care of you after finding you passed out. Paimon's still kinda upset, though. He kept scolding Paimon the entire way here.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little. But, it's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling, "Why, oh why, is he going to die?" It probably started to get under Master's skin after—
Hey! Don't laugh! Paimon was genuinely concerned about you. Hey! Now even Kali's starting to laugh. Ugh, that's it! Paimon won't forget this! It's time for some primordial wrath!
No! Don't touch me!
Oh, sorry, Kale. Paimon did—
No, I just... I didn't mean that.
Kale, are you okay? What's the matter?
No, I'm... I'm fine. I'm sorry. Oh, well, it's getting late now. Let's hurry back to Gandharville. I think Master and the others should be back by...
Huh? What was up with Kale just now? And why is she in such a hurry all of a sudden?
Boring!
Ah, Traveler. You've returned.
Yep, we're back!
Oh, Kale? Yes, I saw her go into her room.
Oh, okay. Maybe she's in a better mood now. Let's go check on her.
Ah, it's you two. I was just about to...
Huh? Tainari, what are you doing here?
I came to check on Kale's condition. To put it simply,
You mean she's sick? How could she be...
no need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. She had... I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time.
So, Tainari, what...
Let's take this conversation elsewhere.
Shh! Kali's asleep. Shh! Shh!
All right, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't... So, just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, I am going to tell you because... Well, because Kale asked me to. And honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past to you. But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend. So now she wishes to reciprocate the gesture.
So, Tainari, what exactly is wrong with Kale? You said this is something she's been dealing with for some time.
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease.
Elazar?
Yes, it's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body. At first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on the affected area of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigued and even experience... In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body, and the effect...
That sounds terrifying. Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a little clumsy earlier?
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is... With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more... Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Kale over to an organization known as the Fatui after one of their members lied and said they had a cure.
What? The Fatui?
Ah, it appears you are already familiar with them. That'll save me some explanation. Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the Doctor. I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that Kale was with them. However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant. Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars.
Oh, Paimon had no idea.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday. She also wanted
She doesn't need to apologize.
Well said. Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust...
Don't worry, Tainari. We'll take...
Well, it's not too serious, though I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable. She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. I could see that she was... Her stamina has gotten much worse. All right, now that I've told you...
Yeah, we'd like to do something to help...
All right, but I must warn you...
No problemo!
Let's go then. We'll be looking...
Hey, Tainari? Where exactly...
Nilotpala lotuses can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. Nilotpala lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. There should be Nilotpala lotuses growing somewhere in this area. If you could manage to gather 4 of them, we'll rendezvous here once you've gathered the needed amount. Boring!
Alright, we've gathered enough Nilotpala lotuses. Let's head back to meet Tainari. Hey, Tainari! We found the lotuses you requested.
Let me take a look. I'm quite glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here. It seems we even have enough time to stock up on...
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, Tainari!
Ah yes, that's Amir in the... Let's go find out what's going on.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
The Withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already clear just a week ago. It reappeared so quickly. Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part.
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get a clear enough view to tell.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading, so we didn't risk getting any closer.
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it right away. In the meantime, please guide these two back to Gandharvaville.
Wait, Tainari! Why don't you let us help you?
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still... There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru rainforest. It's called the Withering. The affected areas not only cause nearby...
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. I wasn't kidding when I said the rainforest is a danger. As Amir said...
That's right. If any... Only someone with a vision can venture within a Withering zone and find... But you don't seem to carry a vision.
Don't worry, he may not have a vision, but he's a real pro at using the power of the elements.
It seems the rumors about you are true. In that case, all right, you two may accompany me. We typically only teach visitors how to identify the Withering as they're about to leave Gandharvaville. We'll make an exception today and show you what it looks like up close. Stop. Don't move any further. Look there in the distance.
Huh? Where? Oh, look! Those plants have withered! Oh, Paimon doesn't like the look of this.
That is the Withering. All right, Traveler. We're going to have to enter that Withering zone. Thank you, but I must warn you. Don't push. Even with elemental powers, once you... You ready then? Let's go. First, we must locate any branches sustaining the Withering zone. Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
This may be... Hey! Don't blink! Yeah!
Now, destroy the tumor of the Withering! Yes, thanks to you two. we were able to quickly restore this area back to normal.
Tainari? You make it sound like we did well.
It's that obvious, huh? Alright, it's like recently the rate at which the withering zone appears has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that withering zone, it won't be long before another one appears. If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe than that. The withering is leaving lasting effects on the rainforest itself. For instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, many of the plants that were affected will not recover. This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline. And most disturbingly...
Huh? Well, why...
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the academia that similar No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. It's said that it originates from the depths of the world. By the way, have you heard of Irminsul before? Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface. Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense. You can basically think of it as a large tree that grows... I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from a massive... Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it to collect knowledge. The Dendro Archon is known as the God of Wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also... And as for the withering, its emergence is related to a disease that's affecting it. That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's familiars a long time ago. But even those mysterious creatures did not know of a cure for Irminsul. I'm afraid we rangers will be battling the withering zones here for a long time until a cure is found. Alright, that's enough on this topic for the time being. Now that we've taken...
Oh, Tainari, you all made it back. How did it go?
The withering zone you reported has been taken care of. No need to worry. Huh. Wait, is that... Oh no, Hypatia!
Huh? What's wrong, Tainari?
This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were following when you first arrived in Sumeru.
Oh, her? How could we forget?
Let me see what's written in the letter first. Oh...
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Huh? All Paimon sees are three
Yes, allow me to explain. After we brought you from Hypatia's cave to Gandharvaville, Hypatia resumed. She must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat, and it appears she's forgotten to prepare some rations.
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days? Hey, wait, how did you know all that from just a few lines on the page?
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines, and by the time we found her... Well, I'd prefer not to remember that. Needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should still get to her as quickly as possible. I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like these. Paimon, Traveler, could you two bring these to her?
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations? But will the Traveler be okay if her cave is still filled with that funny incense?
Let's find out. Here, Traveler, take a smell and see. So, how do you feel?
Huh? Really? You're not feeling even a little drowsy? But wait, how'd you know that he'd be okay this time, Tainari?
Back when we were clearing the Withering Zone, I observed that he could adeptly manipulate the Dendro element. I knew then that he would be fine. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsul's... That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all. Though I don't intend to apologize for deceiving you. Because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of Sumeru, but the entire world of Teyvat. My forefathers were shown much... Now, after seeing you in action with my... When you passed out, your I could try to tell you...
That sounds...
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase... Please... Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some other ingredients. I'm sure it'll come in handy. Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. No. I should be the one thing.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing. Hello? Hypatia? Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area. Hypatia, are you up?
So hungry.
There's no way we can get her to eat in her Huh? Wait. Huh? How'd things out here end up looking like this? What happened? And where are we? Really? Oh. Wow, this place is huge! Paimon knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind. Speed of light! Come on, enough procrastinating. Let's go. In adventuring, as in business, you always have to seize the opportunity while it's there. I see everything.
With sword comes shadow.
What is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute. Hey, what's the matter? You don't look so good.
Before the abyss.
Hey! Speed of light!
Abyss.
Don't blink!
Grant me new life. The end is nigh. The world will fall.
Incoming! Got lucky that time. Nowhere to hide.
Huh? Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it! We faced others like him before! What's wrong this time?
Traveler, though you may have managed to avert countless crises before. Your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are. Your sister. Oh, pitiful traveler. Her Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence in her eyes is that of an annoying bug. The bonds of love and family which drive you to find your sibling are utterly gone. Your journey is meaningless. But don't you fret now. Today will be your last. Now die!
What do we do? Oh, there she...
So sweet.
Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her food on the floor like that? Oh, guess that makes sense. She does... Anyways, we can... Whoa, wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around her. We can put that...
Who is there? Tainari, is that you? Huh?
It's okay. You can relax, Hypatia. Tainari sent us here to bring you some food.
I see. So, you're friends of Tainari. I apologize for all the trouble I've caused you. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me. You even brought all this fruit.
Well, actually, we didn't bring the fruit. It was already here when we arrived. We were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this fruit lying around and even some juice dripping from your lips. How did you...
Oh, really? I seem to understand now. All the fruit was likely from my, neighbor. Must have come...
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Oh? So you're able to see them too?
Wait, hold on a second, Traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw some mysterious creature and suddenly had a strange dream?
No, I actually do believe what the Traveler is saying. I myself had a similar experience once before and ended up scaring my timid little neighbor here. You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream because they hoped to buy themselves a little time in order to scurry away.
So, Hypatia, just what kind of creature is your neighbor exactly?
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I do know that they have some sort of deeper connection with the Dendro Archon. I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Irminsul. Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart was still pounding, and my mind was racing with all the knowledge that I had touched. And at that very moment, I suddenly noticed a small figure at the opening of the cave. In my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. They must have already been used to me living in the cave, because they didn't seem to mind me approaching them. They just kept doing whatever they were up to. It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Oh! And then?
And then I had a dream. By the time I came to, they were nowhere to be seen. I was convinced they'd never show up again. But sure enough, I saw them nearby a few days later. And they weren't alone. I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. But I never would have expected them to save. Yes, no doubt about that. By the way, Tainari mentioned in his letter that you had questions for me regarding Irminsul. Sorry about that. Sounds like just drinking juice still isn't quite enough for my...
Well, if somebody... Alright, we're up.
Sounds good. I've never tried any dishes from other nations before. I certainly look forward to it.
Let's use the empty box that Tainari gave us since we already washed it. Oh, it smells amazing. And the box is a nice touch, too. Let's go serve this up and start eating with...
Are you already finished cooking? Smells delectable. I'm truly... Even though everything you mentioned was in Tainari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able to connect with Irminsul immediately after smelling Spiritborn eel for the first time. It took me nearly 3 years before I could do so. And everyone at the Academia even lauded me as a genius. You should know that some researchers spend their entire lives without ever successfully connecting with Irminsul as you have.
So why does this incense allow people to connect to Irminsul?
The ingredients used to make Spiritborn eel primarily since the root of the Dendro Archon. Naturally, anyone who can... That was primarily due to his body's unique constitution. Stimulated taking in any scent similar... Not to worry, though. Technically, your body should still be... I must admit, I am quite envious.
Whoa, you're really serious.
I am a researcher, after all. As a member of the Ritaoist Darshan at the Academia, my main area of research is the stars and their which is why I must turn to the... If only my perception wasn't so limited. Unfortunately, I cannot guarantee that my every attempt to attune with Irminsul will be successful, or that doing so. I am currently in the stage of training known as Sati. Sages have said that that's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure that our minds will be calm while minimizing the possibility of involving anyone else.
Whoa, so knowledge from Irminsul could be super dangerous. Don't you ever feel afraid of the risk, Hypatia?
Of course I do. Especially during... However, I've been feeling better as of late. I don't get as... I believe that being able to see them is a sort of blessing from the Dendro Archon. But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the God of Wisdom herself. And they have the curious power to make people dream.
What's so strange about that? It doesn't sound so out of place for a divine...
Well, it's...
Ah, is that true?
Yes, well, to an extent. Only children can dream. The sages say that wisdom implies... Yes, if one... The fact that the people... I was born into a family... I studied hard... But then, on the day I scared the little Aranara, it was incredible. Though I don't exactly remember what I saw. I clearly... Back then, I was foolish and just be sure not to speak of this if you travel to Sumeru City. They'll look at you as if you've lost your mind.
So...
Sorry. World forget... If only I could ascend past Satyavada life and begin Paripurna life. If you two are ever in the area again, please be... There's no need to be thanking me. You two are my saviors. This...
Now that we know Hypatia is alright and had the chance to ask her some questions, Paimon thinks it's about time to head back to Gandharvaville.
Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand. I understand that you're a forest watcher, and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But isn't it evident that such work is not a lasting solution to the problem? As Sage Kage clearly states...
Keep your emotions in check, Gulam.
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you came here in person. But I am merely a forest watcher. How could the great minds of the Haravatat have... I see. Huh. And I figured that given his temper, he would come here and berate me personally.
Tainari, your master is an integral part of this effort, and now he requires your assistance.
And what exactly does my master need of me, Sage Kage?
You'll know.
And how long will I be required to stay?
There's no definite answer as of now.
Do you mean to tell me that despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, you if that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot give you...
Tainari, but you...
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're leaving.
Tainari, what was that all about?
It's nothing. Some people from the academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City, but all that can wait.
It was quite the event.
Very good. Now that the traveler has made a full recovery, there shouldn't be any reason for you to tarry here longer. I assume you will be heading to Sumeru City, correct?
That's right. We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali and ask her for advice. Do you have any idea on how we can find her?
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any advice for you there.
you at least know anyone we can try asking in Sumeru City?
Let me think. My trips to Sumeru City have been fairly short, and most of my acquaintances are researchers. How about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give to a researcher I know. Also, when you enter...
Oh? What is it?
It's called an Akasha Terminal. Needless to say.
Great! Next up, Sumeru... That's right! Tainari, we have something important to say to Kale before we leave. Is she doing better now?
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined to her bed all this time, I thought she knew you two would be leaving soon, so she must have wanted to see you off.
Thanks, Tainari. All right, let's go!
Farewell, and good luck to you both.
I've been waiting for you two.
Thanks for waiting here just to see us.
Don't worry about me. And, but I guess now I understand.
There's no need to apologize. We're probably still gonna...
Thank you.
Oh? What is...
It's my recipe for pita pock.
Yay! Thanks.
I hope that whenever you eat them, well then, speed of light. Too late for regrets. We'll see about that. Dare to mess with me?
Sumeru City! Oh, did you see that? When those people entered the city, something on their heads lit up.
One moment, please, you two. It appears this is your first time visiting Sumeru City.
Oh, yeah!
Because there's currently no need to worry. Perhaps after centuries, as long as you are within Sumeru's borders, you may use an Akasha terminal to connect directly to the Akasha and access any knowledge you need. I should mention that due to technical limitations, the operation of Akasha terminals will be much smoother and more effective in large cities such as Sumeru City and Port Ormos.
Oh, so this is the thing that Tainari was telling us about. It sounds pretty amazing.
You two are quite fortunate. Until recently, it was standard practice to only issue Akasha. Here are your Akasha terminals. Please handle them with... To activate it, simply hold it in your hand and say the following phrase to yourself.
Oh, says this little doodad lets you access knowledge. May the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom. Whoa! Just now, something clicked, and Paimon suddenly knew how to use this thing. It seems all we need to do is concentrate on what we want to know, and bam! You get it. Oh, that'll come in real handy.
Exactly. That is the power of the Akasha. And with that, let me officially welcome you both to Sumeru City. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon always be your guide.
Okay, now that we're in, we... 500 years ago, the sages found a newly born deity from within some scorched ruins. The deity now resides in the sanctuary of Suristana. Okay, next, let's Oh, come on! Ugh. Focusing on this question feels like when you have something you're trying to remember and it's on the tip of your tongue, but you just can't think of it. Ugh, Paimon's brain is exhausted. Oh, smart idea. But what are you going to ask it? Huh. Could it be because we're Outlanders and we've only just arrived in Sumeru? You know... You too? Well, glad it's not just Paimon. Uh-oh. Well, he's from Sumeru. Let's see. Tainari wrote an address on the letter's envelope. Oh, it's not far from the city's gate. Let's head over and have a look. Hopefully he's at home.
Look at that. Yes, we must document everything.
Hello, are you Rohawi?
Yes, that's me. Can I help you?
Great! You see, Tainari sent us here and...
What? Tainari? Please, there's no need to say anything, really. Sure, I admit that the article I published last month wasn't my best work, and maybe the
Here! This is a letter from Tainari!
Oh, let me see. Ah! Ooh, what a relief. You two nearly scared the life out of me. So, you two just have some questions for me? Seems even Tainari acknowledges my innate...
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
You mean you want to meet the Dendro Archon herself? This isn't exactly my area.
What? You two...
Well, as I said, all I know is that ever since Lesser Lord
Huh. Didn't expect her to be...
The Dendro Archon is somewhat of a recluse. Perhaps she just doesn't want to entertain visitors, which would explain the lack of information in the Akasha.
but...
No need to worry just yet. I'm only hypothesizing. And besides, in this world, there will always... Take me, for example.
Okay. Thanks for your...
Don't mention it. If you two ever... Hey, come on.
Oh. So what do we do now? Huh? Like who? Oh, you're right!
I've been handed all the cumbersome tasks again.
Ad Astra Abyssask. Hello, Traveler and Paimon.
Catherine, we need your help with something.
Understood. The Adventurers Guild is all...
We want to meet with Lesser Lord...
You two wish to meet with apologize, but I am unable to call up any relevant information.
Aww, another dead end.
Please do not worry. I may know of someone who can help you two. In Sumeru, they take on various an Eremite brigade called
Core of 30?
supposedly Asphalt, and advised if you'd like to get in contact with him. You can find him at the Core of 30's head. You're welcome.
Alright, off to the Citadel of Razor we go!
Welcome. The Adventurers Guild told me to expect you two.
It's nice to meet you, Asphalt. We'd like to ask you about something.
I see. So, Catherine's the one who sent you this way. Ha! It's...
Wait.
Afraid so. The Eremites aren't terribly religious. We originally came from the desert. It isn't just us, though.
Oh? What?
Just take the Academia. In their eyes, she was the one who... Because of the Academia's not to mention that Lesser Lord...
Really?
Ha! But...
Alright.
No.
Not only are they not interested in the Dendro Archon, they even say stuff like, if the Akasha doesn't think I should know, then I don't need to know about it. We've been asking for information non-stop ever since we got to Sumeru. But the harder we try, the more helpless everything seems. Isn't there at least one person in this entire city who cares about Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Oh, you two are interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh? Who are you?
From the sound of it, you two are Outlanders who recently arrived here. You've been asking around for information on Lesser Lord Kusanali, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Dunyarzad, one of Lesser Lord Kusanali's faithful followers.
Whoa, really? Then do you know how we can meet with her?
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. But your conversation earlier did happen to remind me of a legend about the Dendro Archon. Sure. It goes like this. Long, long ago, panicked by what he heard, the man journeyed across desert. In despair, he thought...
Okay.
And then, the calamity. At that moment, a bird perched upon his shoulder. This bird was, in fact, an avatar of the Dendro Archon. She said, "Oh, Archons, along your journey, we were in..."
Yeah, thanks for this...
in a way, it seemed...
Dunyarzad.
Of course. So, did you two know that, I'm terribly sorry, but it seems something's come up now. Let's chat another day.
Hey, wait! What? It looks like they're searching... This stinks!
Hey, have you two seen a brown-haired girl wearing a purple...
Did she...
Yes, that's her.
Yeah!
Quick, after her!
That should keep him busy for a while. Let's hurry and find Dunyarzad!
Dare to mess with me? We'll see about that.
There you are, Dunyarzad. We thought you might have been long gone by now.
Oh, it's you two. Oh, you startled me there.
You can relax now. We threw those people looking for you.
Really? Uh-oh. Looks...
Huh?
No, wait, Okay, sounds...
All right, let's...
We made it. Oh, they shouldn't be able to find us now. Wait! Stand down, Dia!
My lady, who are these two?
They're travelers that I met on the street. Just a...
I see. In that case, you two should scram. There's nothing here for you.
Wait a sec! Who the heck are you? And why are you shooing us away?
I'm Miss Dunyarzad's bodyguard, here to see that she returns home safe and sound. My lady, let's get going. You've been gone for so long that your parents are worried.
And if
It'd be easier for the both of us if you...
Hey!
Stay out of this. Sorry, my lady. Even...
How much?
Wait, what?
How much Mora do I...
My lady, this isn't about Mora. I don't... That's why I'm here looking and knowing your help.
No, you're wrong. And I know perfectly well that it makes no difference. And every time I bring this up, they just change... Dia, I know it hasn't been because she saved me. This is my life and my last chance.
My lady,
Yes, I'm...
Fine, I won't ask, but let me make something very...
Thank you, Dia.
Don't worry about today's little excursion cost, since this definitely won't be... So, I'll let you hire...
Okay, deal.
Yay! Let's...
I'm fine.
My lady, stop trying...
I'm sorry for worrying you two. If you don't mind, I'd like...
Sure! After you rest up...
Ha! Well, if it isn't Dia, word on the street is that you're a bodyguard.
Nah, you get used to it.
You got it, huh? Isn't...
Thank you, sir, but there's no... but please bring these two the best food you have. They're my new friends, so I want to be a good host for them.
Yeah, we're already...
How about our charcoal-baked Agelenach cakes? They're our signature snack, and they run cheap. Look.
They look kind of burnt and dry. Paimon will pass. What do you have against my slime dishes? Dunyarzad, we asked a lot of people when we first arrived, and almost nobody was interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali. So, what made you want to follow her?
Well, remember when you...
Huh?
Yes, it was when I was a child. I was stuck inside and couldn't make any friends. My younger self no longer had... Then one night, at that moment in a
Dunyarzad, don't be scared. You don't have to Who are you? How do you know my name? How do I explain this? Really? Of course. I know that you're scared of thunder, that you hate taking medicine every morning, and that you love counting the petals on your mom's skirt. Wow, you really do know everything. Dunyarzad, is there anything you want? Want? Not really. I can't go anywhere or do anything. Huh? But aren't you a child? All children have wishes. Tell me what you want, and maybe I can... Can you make my illness go away? Oh. I'm sorry. But then... Can you be my friend?
After that, the voice said, "Okay, I'll be your friend." Although my body was suffering during those days, that voice encouraged me and told me many wondrous things. Beyond my window was the flourishing Sumeru city. Once I finally made it through that bout of illness, I couldn't hear that, but I know that that voice wasn't a figment of my... Yes, for sure. If it weren't for that voice, I would have never grown curious about the outside world. That voice sparked a desire for wisdom. I've been hoping for a chance to repay her kindness. In fact, I was running around today to help prepare the Sub-Zerus festival.
What's the Sub-Zerus festival?
It's Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday, which was the day that she was found by the sages. It's actually an old holiday that originally celebrated Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthday. When she passed away, the holiday eventually became a celebration of the Lesser Lord's birthday. I heard everyone was overjoyed when they welcomed her back to Sumeru. In those days, the festival was a huge deal, but because of the academia's influence, people have gradually lost interest in the festival. The academia actively participates in Sumeru's many holidays dedicated to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But when it comes to the Sub-Zerus festival, forget any funding. They practically act like it doesn't exist. Maybe they see Lesser Lord Kusanali's birth as confirmation of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's death, so they're reluctant to celebrate it.
Aww, but that's awful.
It is. It's absolutely terrible. Sure, the Greater Lord founded Sumeru, but hasn't Lesser Lord Kusanali been the one quietly protecting us for the past few hundred years?
Just remember that we're still out in public. Don't get too carried away now.
I know that people over by the Grand Bazaar still hold the Sub-Zerus festival to this day. But I hadn't met any of them before, so I was never able to contribute. But recently, I made a friend there who also follows Lesser Lord Kusanali. I gave her my savings because I want her to throw a wonderful festival this year. That's the least I could do for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Hold on, my lady. Does this friend happen to be Nilu, the one who sends flowers to the estate?
Yes, that's her.
I saw her leaving the other day with a nervous look on.
Yes. And I've agreed with Nilu.
Sure. That's quite the trip, though.
No, that would be too much.
You might as well just accept the lift. If I let you walk...
But of course. Nilu will be thrilled to hear there are more people... Sorry I'm late, Nilu.
Oh, Dunyarzad. It was Uh-oh. But if Dia's here, that means you got caught.
You could say that.
Oh,
meet the Traveler and Paimon, my two newest.
so you're followers from another land? That's wonderful. You two absolutely mustn't miss the Sub-Zerus festival. By the way, Dunyarzad, we've already started decorating the Grand Bazaar. It looks spectacular, thanks to your generous contribution.
You're very welcome. It's the only thing I could do. Do you still have enough Mora?
Probably? But don't sweat it. We've already finished renovating the stage. Come on, I'll show you.
Wow! This place is amazing!
Not bad. Last time I was here, the stairs were full of holes.
The stairs were nothing. A little while ago, we discovered that the tree above the stage had a huge chunk of bark ready to fall off. We reported it to the Academia many times.
Oh, probably because...
The Academia looks down on performers like... We can't let that happen, though. Not only would everyone involved in the theater go hungry, but then we wouldn't be able to hold the Sub-Zerus festival anymore. Thank the Dendra Archon for Dunyarzad. But the more she gave us, the stage is going...
And I can't wait to see you on this.
Nilu, what did...
She'll be dancing the dance.
Dunyarzad, have you...
I only told them about the...
Okay. According to legend, a long time, some of the gods, as she danced upon those brilliant purple flowers, of course they did, although they aren't around anymore. Though we're just
Nilu, you of all people. Yeah.
Thinking about the goddess of flowers dance, if my state... So, Traveler and Paimon, what do you think?
All of Lesser Lord Kusanali's...
Ooh, Paimon thinks that's a great idea! Hey, come on! There's nothing wrong with enjoying a festival. Besides...
So how about we all attend the Sub-Zerus festival together?
Dunyarzad, let me show you which stage deck everyone at the Grand Bazaar...
In that case, we'll